Coach, talk about the bowl plan for all your running backs, regardless of their age, senior on down to the young kids.
Yeah, obviously I think it's a really good opportunity to keep this family together one more month. Give all those guys a little extra practice. Give all those guys, we talked about it in our room, for the seniors that are leaving, you get to play, football for another month or so, which is going to prepare you for the next chapter of your life, whether that's NFL or whatever it may be. And for the younger guys, you get an extra spring, to continue to develop, continue to refine your skills. And then the back end of it is obviously get another opportunity to go out and compete against a very good football team down in Tampa.
This Iowa defense is really strong up front. Their defensive line, they play sort of similar to Mississippi State, play 8-9 guys. How do you plan to attack that with the running game?
Yeah, I think they're probably one of the closer teams to what we see, kind of in this league. Front seven that dominates and kind of sets the tone. Obviously, we're going to have to do a very good job, one, of protecting the ball, two, of establishing the run game. I talked to the guys earlier in the week about, when we get our opportunities to take some shots, we got to take some shots. If we get a chance to get some cutbacks or some front doors, they don't give up a lot of yards on the ground. So when we get our opportunity, we got to be able to take advantage of it.
We talked to Kylan earlier this week, and he mentioned you a couple times. What was it like sort of coaching two guys, one a senior who's sort of out the door this year, and then Kylan, obviously, he's got a big future at this program. What was it like kind of juggling those two players? Yeah,
I think the good part, one, congratulations to Colin Hill, got a 4.0 this semester, which I think that is a compilation of where we started with him to where he is. Obviously, the academic department has done an unbelievable job with those guys, but just getting him to understand, the little things that you got to take care of off the field, how it translates to on the field. And I think having the senior, with him, with Aries and D. Lee, you can kind of use, those examples to say to him, hey, look at where they are and look at what you can do, in this short period of time before you get to that stage. And I think, one, those guys helped him kind of see, man, this thing goes quick, so take advantage. And as the season went on and he started having some success, the older guys, started to give him some tips and, hey, look, man, if I'd have known then what I know now, here's some things that, can help you kind of mature a little bit faster. And I think he's done a really good job of embracing the leadership and the camaraderie of the older guys, but also kind of coming out of his shell and kind of taking a step, forward into the limelight and having a very good year.
Beyond what your guys did down the stretch of the season, I think averaging 6 yards a carry pretty well. All season long, they were a receiving threat. I mean, how much of that is these guys and how much of it is the offense and what you plan going forward?
Well, I think when we first got here, we talked about just getting those guys the ball. And I think, kind of like he talked about, with the front sevens in this league and front seven like Iowa, it's very hard to be successful consistently by turning around and just handing it to those guys 20 or 30 times. But they're such good athletes that when they touch the ball, good things happen. So part of the system is creating ways or finding ways to get the ball in their hand, whether it's passes, whether it's speed sweeps, whether it's pitches, whether it's swing passes, whatever it may be, because once those guys touch the ball, they're able to create, which helps the offense. So I think it's a combination of, one, them being great athletes, and then two, the system finding ways to get the ball to the great athletes.
Yeah, in addition to your running back room yesterday and Lee Witherspoon, does he fit that Splash Brothers mentality you like?
Yeah, I think, anytime you set records, you should turn some heads. And Lee did an unbelievable job in high school of consistently dominating. And that's kind of what we look for. A running back in high school, everybody's got a good running back. The difference is, are you consistently dominating? And I think, Lee has shown through some of his highlights in his game film, he's got long speed, he's got quickness, he's got the body frame to put on weight to be able to handle, this league. Really excited about getting him in and getting to work with him. I think him coming in with a guy like Colin who had some success early as a young kid is going to be able to help him kind of get over some of the hurdles that, may have tripped him up and kind of speed his maturation up as well.
It's difficult to make yourself as a senior, and he was a guy you guys identified pretty early in the season. What did you see and what made you realize that he would be an SEC back?
In today's game, like you said, most recruiting is done off your junior year. And Lee was one of those guys that, it kind of clicked his senior year. And same thing, we kind of kept watching him as a junior. We said, he's good back. But as a senior year, he kept dominating consistently, and each week he got better, and each week he got better, and the yards kept piling up and piling up. And he's one of those guys whose maturity level is kind of hit late in high school, which we're lucky we were able to kind of get on him and kind of keep track of him. Those kind of guys are rare nowadays because everybody is so accelerated in their growth and accelerated in their on-field production. He was a guy that kind of the light came on a little bit late, and we just happened to be in a very good place to continue to build a relationship with him, his high school coach, his family. It worked out great for us.